Hi, everybody. Welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys. Well, just to let you know, tomorrow we will be going live on Hot Messy Topics at 12 p.m. Eastern, and that's going to be with somebody you have never seen on my channel before. You guys might know who he is, but you have never seen him over here on Up and Adam channel. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited. Now, with that, we do have some LVP stuff to get into because she joined Alex Baskin, executive producer for Bravo, on Bravo's Hot Mic podcast. Yeah. And she spilled. She did that. That's for damn sure. So before we jump in, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And where do we get started? Well, this was interesting. So she ended up discussing on the Hot Mic podcast. I'm going to play a couple clips for you guys too, but she ended up discussing Vanderpump Rules, cast dynamics. She also talked about the reboot a little bit. Let's just really dive into all of that. And I'm also going to share a little clip from Scheana as well, because Scheana went on 2 T's in a pod. And I thought that this was a little ballsy, but yeah, we'll go. Okay. So speaking of the reboot, she said that there was a shift in cast attitudes. Is that shocking? Absolutely not. But she noted that there was a change in the original cast attitude, like their demeanor. Her words exactly were, I still have a great relationship with some of them, but the others, their attitude changed and it wasn't what we set it out to be. So I think it was time to move on. You could see that so clearly with some people like Jax, who was like, this is my show. But then some other people, maybe it was behind the scenes. I'm not exactly sure how that played out, but it played out all right. It played out. We're going to probably just guess that it had to have been, if I had to guess who it was, I'm going to think that it was maybe like Katie. I don't think it would have been Ariana. I think Ariana was always really grateful. I think Katie was really grateful too, but I think it was probably Katie. But she didn't emphasize the importance of maintaining the show's authenticity. And well, she also expressed reluctance when it came to interacting through intermediaries. She said, I don't want to talk to people's assistants. I still don't have an assistant. That is so funny that some of the cast would have her reach out through assistants. Like, what? Oh, Lisa Vanderpump's trying to call me. Send her through to the assistant. Georgia? Claire? Sarah? Mark? Somebody. I don't want to take Lisa Vanderpump's call right now, so will you please just handle it? The fuck are you? I agree with her on that. Now, she also talked a little bit more about her current relationships with some of the former cast members. Tom Schwartz, she praised him. She said he's a lovely and kind person. She also sympathized with the challenges that he experienced during the whole Scandal period. She thought it was really shitty for him, and it was shitty for him. And he was there, and he was mucking through it, and he was trying to keep that bar alive. And she believes now, looking back, that Tom Schwartz should have stood up to Sandoval more. Now, Lala Kent. She loves Lala. Just like Stassi. She said that she recalled encouraging Lala and Stassi to come back after they quit. And she also encouraged her through emotional moments. She predicts that she's going to have a great future ahead of her. And she praised her parenting and her personal growth. She was like, Lala is, a great person. She's a lovely mommy, and she's going to be very, very successful. So all kind things. I'm guessing that's not the one who sent Lisa through to an assistant. Now, as for Ariana and Katie, Lisa mentioned receiving a message from Ariana after the show's reboot announcement, but noted that she hadn't heard from Katie, and she said that doesn't really surprise me. Also, though, I do wonder, did Lisa reach out to any of them? Or does Lisa look at it more, and I'm not shading Lisa, I'm trying to understand. Maybe Lisa's looking at it more from the standpoint of, I gave you so much opportunity by giving you this platform. Like, now that the show has come to an end, reach out and say, maybe thank you for the opportunity. She could be sitting on that. You know what I mean? Which if she is, she's absolutely right. It's like, without this, could they be successful in different ways? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are successful without being on reality TV. Would their life be vastly different? Yes. Did she give them this certain celebrity? 1,000,000%. She handed it to them on a silver platter. But there was clarification on some comments regarding James Kennedy's arrest, and she addressed the backlash that she got over some of the remarks that she made about his domestic violence situation. And she said, I was very disappointed when it came to James, because I've had these conversations with James about him drinking and the way that he's working, or, like being a decent person for him. It's something that I've spoke with him about so many times. So she's like, we've had these conversations. I was disappointed in him, and I'm not going to kick him while he's down. But she did kind of describe his behavior when he's intoxicated. And she said, he's a little asshole when he drinks. He's aggressive. He's just volatile. And she emphasized her support for James and her disappointment, because she has both, in his actions, acknowledging that his actions have potential consequences. And she said, he's that close to losing it all. You can't keep making mistakes. That's a good point. The woman is brilliant. Lisa Vanderpump is a very, very smart woman. Nobody can say anything otherwise. And she knows what she's talking about. I'm going to play a few of these clips that I found on her tagged page.
Group. And since the announcement was made that the show is going in a new direction, who else have you spoken to? Who else have you heard from? Who have you not heard from?
Well, I put something out, on social media to talk about how I love them all, and I do love them all, regardless of their kind of their antics and their foibles. And I do love them all. There's a deep love, but just because what we've been through together and seeing them such a young age, even though they've been very frustrating at times for sure, and they've made mistakes. But it was predictable. Of course, Schwartz straight away called me and said, I just want to thank you for all the opportunities you've given me, and James too. Lala, I've always been very close to her. I didn't hear from, I think Ariana texted me or tweeted me or something. Katie, I didn't hear from, but as I say, that doesn't really surprise me. It's strange, because I'm not saying they should be grateful to me, but they should be grateful for the show. And, as we were to them, we always kind of celebrated them. And, but that show gave them a plethora of opportunities they wouldn't necessarily have had.
I want to talk about the rest of the group. And since the announcement was made.
Good point.
Vanderpump Rules was a wonderful show. It was. And I think that was largely due to where it came from, our kind of vision for that, about being a very authentic show that we showed as much as we could, if not everything. But I think it changed. I don't want to talk to people's assistants. I still don't have an assistant.
You need one.
Yeah, I do need one, actually, but I'm such a pain. I think I'd want to do the job myself. But it just changed. And I think that I still have a great relationship with some of them, but the others, their attitude changed, and it wasn't what we set out to be. So I think it was time to move on. Vanderpump Rules was a wonderful show. It was.
Okay.
I have a great relationship with Schwartz. I think he's truly a lovely, kind person, and it actually hurt me to see him kind of get a beating, around the whole scandal time. I think he made a few silly moves. I think he should have stood up to Sandoval more, but I think that's him and his life. He tries to make everybody happy, and he's just always been a very kind, lovable, thoughtful person.
Okay. Well, last but not least,
season 9, I just thought, and also I suddenly thought, I don't want this to be ambiguous. That's it. When Kyle was in my kitchen, I thought, that's it. To me, if somebody knows you, like I know you, if you said to me, Lisa, I swear to you, on my parents' life, that's it. It'll be done. I'll be okay. I believe you what do we do from here? So when you say to somebody, I swear to you on my children's life, that should be enough. And when Kyle looked at me and said, I don't believe you, I was like, all right, we're done. Get the fuck out of my house. That's it. Don't call me a liar.
So you recently left the door open for reconciliation by saying if she were to apologize for you, maybe there might be...
Apologize for me or apologize
I'm sorry,
to me?
if she were to apologize to you, that there might be some path forward. And she was on this podcast recently, and her message to you was, don't hold your breath.
Oh, gosh. Listen, it would be nice for her just to tell the truth, right? But Kyle's not, as we've seen, as the show's transpired, not always been that truthful about her own life and her own feelings. So maybe if she kind of came from an honest place and thought, you know what, maybe I did get it wrong. Because why would she want to reignite her friendship with me if she thought I was a liar? Well, why would you? I wouldn't want to if I truly believe that. So she kind of comes up to me, sometimes, like if I cross paths with her, and they say the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. I'm indifferent with her. That's it. I'm not really,
So you don't miss her at all?
I miss what we had, but not the path it went down. I think if anybody's kind of really aggressive with you and they call you a liar, no, you don't. I don't need that person in my life at all. But I miss what we had because I think we had this unique friendship, and that's what I enjoyed. I loved the kind of late night phone calls and how we would giggle and laugh together, and how I was always there for her because she had a very tumultuous relationship with her sisters, as we've seen. So I was always a sounding board for her. An advocate of them, kind of always trying to keep that relationship, on solid ground, family. But,
Wow. I mean, let's just be honest. That relationship is never going to find its way back. But what she had to say about some of the cast, I thought that was interesting. Last but not least, I don't know if you guys clocked this. Like I said, I think it was ballsy of Scheana, but thank you to page 6.
Relationship with Lisa Vanderpump. I don't talk to her too often. She usually calls when she needs something. That was recent when I talked to her. She had a question about a friend of mine on another show of hers, and that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, pop off in the comment section, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and gotta set the T on that shit. All right. I gotta calm down. Love you guys.